Here's why you should trust your gut, or go with your instincts, right? And this is, I have a story for you, but this, mind you, you have to keep this in mind. I didn't know anything about the gut, anything about its importance. I hadn't done any of that type of work or research, right? But understanding your gut and intuition is literally one of the most invaluable sources you can tap into in terms of wisdom. Um, so a few years ago, I was friends with this girl, and just friends. At least I was very naive at that time, so I really did think that we were just friends. I didn't think anything of it. It wasn't. It was strictly platonic in my mind, right? But one time we had decided to go out for some drinks or something, and at the end of the night, I had drank a few, so I had parked my car at her place. And I was like, well, I mean, obviously I can't drive. So I slept on the couch. She went to the bed. And then she's like, oh, you want to come cuddle? And I was like, well, sure, sure. Why not? After a couple of drinks, cuddling sounds like a good idea. I still had my clothes on and everything. And she was like, and I still remember this to this day. She was like, do you want to change the dynamic of our friendship? And I was just like, and I just kind of laughed and I was like, nah, I'm good, you know? And a part of me was like, man, like, how you gonna be passing up pussy like that? Like, I didn't even have it like that back then, right? Like, I was very, in that regard, I was very dry in that department. So it's not like I had other prospects where I could like kind of forego an opportunity like that as it fell on my lap. But anyhow, so I didn't do anything about it. And then like I said, we were friends. So I would bring her around my circuit. My other buddies would meet her, other female friends would meet her, whatever. The point is my other friend groups would be acquainted with her. At one time, one of my buddies is like, oh bro, like set me up. And I was like, I got you. So whatever, we went to a place to go have some drinks or whatever. And then what I did was I just left the spot while she went to the restroom. So that way he could stay with her and then he could do whatever he wanted to do. So I left, I was like, I'm gonna do him a solid one. I was like, I don't want it, And then whatever, he ends up, hooking up with her. And then the next day he tells me like, or I don't know, a few weeks after that, and he had a girlfriend at this time. And he's like, bro, like I caught something from her. I was just like, oh my God. I was like, damn. So, and he's like, why didn't you tell me? I'm like, bro, you acting like I would have known this. Like, there's a reason why I didn't want to do anything with her. And now I know why. And this goes back to the whole idea of trusting your gut, going with your intuition, because there was something about it that just felt off to me where I was like, I should decline the offer. And I didn't know why. And I kind of regretted it the next morning and was kind of like, damn, I should have taken the opportunity, right? Especially given that it's not like I was getting action, so it wasn't like I had the luxury of doing so. So this is why it's so important to go with your gut, because even if it's wrong, it's gonna be right. So at the time, I kind of was like upset at myself for saying no, but something in my gut told me stay away. And sure enough, I didn't mean to get my buddy into this situation, but he wanted it and he got what he wanted. And sometimes it comes at a cost, right? There are some consequences to your actions, right? And this is one of those consequences, right? He ends up catching some sort of STD and has to pay the price, right? For wanting to do things with her, And so it just goes to show you why this is just one little thing, right? But it's like literally can save you from certain undesirable circumstances, right? Your gut, your instinct, which is why you should protect your gut. Anybody who has gut issues, this is your opportunity to figure out what you need to do to fix it. Because I used to have a very leaky gut. I was getting too much fiber intake, too many different foods. So the first thing I would recommend is stay away from eating so many different things. Narrow down like your food intake to maybe 12 or 10 to 12 different ingredients and see how you feel with that. As opposed to eating a bunch of different stuff, and see if that works. Because having a leaky gut or having some gut issues is really gonna be hard for you to tap into intuition and having that gut feeling, because you need that to operate in this world, right? You need it to make sure that it keeps you away from trouble, to save you, bail you out when you need it. Like in that case, I have many other stories of similar circumstances, but that one had severe consequences that I was able to kind of sidestep, right? And then I saw the consequences of someone else that didn't use their gut, right? That used their pee-pee instead, right? So anyhow, I hope this helps. See you in the next one.